Well, it was a great crowd today, and in the second half, we came out and went inside to Nelly, and Nelly did a fabulous job. He was not getting it done in the first half, and Osborne gave us a minute 30 lift there. He was stealing and really good plays. Unfortunately, Osborne doesn't match up with Cook very well, but he matches up with the other young man. So it was a good performance. It was a defensive performance, and I thought James Carey gave us a great assist at the end of the game to get in that column.
Questions?
Coach, you had Josh Dua, the freshman, start today, and he gave it quite a few minutes. How did he play? How did he fit in?
Well, before we started the conference tournament, I wanted to see if I could play him, because Berrick's been getting in foul trouble almost every single game, and I've been using Tyson. So I wanted to see what he could do. He did a lot of good things. He made a few defensive mistakes that gave up a 3, but did a lot of good things on offense. So I actually think that Josh and Jordan are going to be terrific basketball players. Jordan needs to get stronger, and Josh needs to just learn the college game. But both of them are going to be really good 4-year basketball players.
Aside from Josh, were there any other experiments in your mind? Like, it looked like you were going to your reserves early and all throughout the game as well.
Well, we just wanted to run some different sets to get Nelly the ball, and did a good job. And I said, everything in the second half has got to go through Nelly in the low post. I said, it may go inside to out, but it's got to go through Nelly, and the guys did a good job with that. I think Elijah Joyner is playing tremendous. You know, it doesn't always get noticed because of stat sheet, but he's 4 for 8, 2 for 4. He's got 4 assists, 1 turnover. When you play a game with 5 turnovers, that's pretty special. But Joyner play in conference play has been the much better execution. St. Peter's in the second half is the best we've played it. The last game was the first time where we had more good than bad. And tonight in the second half, we did a fabulous job of executing, taking away the 3, playing good defense.
Coach, I thought your defense in the second half, first 6 to 10 minutes was superb. Any adjustment at halftime or something?
Fear is a great motivator. And I don't mean fear.
Tell me about it.
I don't mean fear for me. I mean fear of losing. And you know, when you have a 1-point lead and Osborne turns it around, you realize that, hey, we played them at Fairfield. We were down 9 with 7 to go. We were down 2 with 5 to go, and we were lucky to win the game. So with their offense, they can really shoot the basketball. And you look at, they shot 51% from the field against us, and they shot 50% from the 3. Tonight they shot 35.8 and 31.8 from the 3, 65 from the line. We wanted to be very aggressive with Cook because he's a 40, the other young man's a 44. He's a low 60 shooter, so we wanted to be aggressive with him.
How much of your rotation and subbing is premeditated compared to a feeling?
To be honest with you, not at all. It's based on defensive matchups, and it's based on trying not to get 3 fouls on the guys and wait for the second half. Every team I've ever coached has been a good second half team. Every team. Now, coming out of that locker room, we're a good team in the second half, and I try to keep the guys from getting 3 fouls. Sometimes it's difficult for guys to sit, but it's something I believe in.
Coach, 9 players with 5 or more points. What does that say about the depth of this team?
Well, the depth has just developed in the last 2 weeks. We've been practicing great. You know, I send an email out and to all our boosters, and I give a grade at the end based on the film, not on my opinion. And it's always been 5-6, 5-6, 5-6. The last one was the first, I think, 7 I've given all year against St. Peter's. 11 block shots. And I think tonight's going to look very good as well. So we're at 6-7 now. And before the season, going into the conference tournament, if we can get to 7-8, we're a really good basketball team. And we're not there yet, but when you play a game with 5 turnovers, that's pretty darn good.
What did the last 5 days allow you to do, now getting back on kind of a scheduled rhythm after all the jam-packed games together?
Well, more than anything else, we're really trying to focus on offensive execution. And it's helping us, it really is helping us. This has been a strange season. But we know we're no shoo-in in any game. But the good thing is we're getting better. And you wanna go through the dog days of February getting better. In the beginning of February, I had my doubts. I had what's called, I call darkness of doubt. I started not believing we're getting better, but the last week and a half, we've been getting significantly better in all phases of the game, especially Joyner and Jolly. And I told the guys before the game, I said, look, Quinn Selinsky gave up Louisville. Those other two guys gave up, they were at SMU and Tulsa, both being heavily recruited by the schools. I said, we gotta make sure they leave this place happy people, worth giving up what they had. And we're focused on making that happen.
Rick, I've seen coaches say that in the last 2 weeks before your conference tournament starts, practice might be a little different, maybe tone it down a little, get everybody healthy, get everybody right. Is that something you subscribe to, or?
No, I'm not a toned down guy.
I'm surprised.
I mean, what maniac coach would take Osborne out because he gave up 2 threes with a 20-something point lead with 20 seconds on the game? So I'm a very sick individual. No, I just think if you coach right now, if you coach the game the way it should be played, you'll have huge benefits come March. And that's what you're coaching for. You're not coaching to win tonight with a 20-point lead. You're coaching for March to stay in because you know it's going to be a close basketball game. I mean, last year, if we had a little more offensive firepower, I thought we could have gotten Alabama. But they stopped Ross in the second half and we didn't have enough offensive firepower. So we've got good leadership. Dylan's a terrific fifth-year senior. Elijah and Tyson are very, very good. And you know, Nelly's a difference maker. When Nelly plays great, we play great. In the first half, when Nelly plays average or below average, we're not a great team. He's the difference maker. He's the ace in the hole, and we got to get him constantly to play great. And you have to know how to motivate him because he gets down very easily. And you got to keep him up because we need him. Now, a good thing is Osborne. If the other center's not too physical, he's a hell of a basketball player. He's not a low post presence, but he's a great passer, great mover, and helps us.
Coach, in the first half, Fairfield had that run 13-4. How did you look at that as far as the defense you wanted to play?
You know, they're one of the best offensive teams in our league. So you're going to have a run the other way. It's what you do about that run afterwards. I mean, you're never going to shut people out in those 4-minute segments. We try to win those 4-minute segments. But you're never going to totally, every team's going to have a run. And the good thing about us, as I watched that Fairfield game, I had a deep appreciation for us because nothing was going right. Think about this. They shot 51% from the field, 50% from the threes. Wojcik had 8 threes, and we won the game. Because in the last 5 minutes, so many times this year, we have executed. Like only one time did we not execute in the final minutes of play. Only one time. And that was Niagara. So it's been great. It's been a tremendous season. Our record is 21-22. What do we have?
22.
22-5 with the schedule we played. And it keeps getting better. Next year's schedule is even better. And this year's schedule was very good. Yale's on top of the Ivy League. Liberty's on top of their league. App State's playing great. Hofstra's is on top 3 in their league. Certainly Kansas is doing an okay job in their league. Alabama just hasn't recovered from our loss. But they're going to be great down this when it comes to tournament because they played the toughest schedule in the nation.
All good?
Thank you.